Hey everyone, it's Faith Howard Mooney from TMC, and this is our first of 2022 inside the TMC family. Super excited today because I have one of our good friends, Ryan Doehrmann, who is the VP of Mortgage Lending at Green State Credit Union. Hi, Ryan.
How we doing, Faith? Thanks for having me. Excited
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah, not a problem. It's a new year. I figured we'd start out with someone who's been a great friend of ours and just kind of start the new year off right. All right, first question. What was your first job ever?
First job, it was, I actually have a funny story for this. I know we're on a time limit, but I sold advertising in a phone book, believe it or not. So This is way back in the early 2000s, might maybe even been late 90s, but early 2000s. And I hated it with a passion. We had our desk was right next to other people and you had to pick up the phone and call. I hated it. I didn't want people listening to me sell or talk on the phone right out of college. I actually went in my car and used my flip phone to call people because I was so scared to talk in front of these seasoned advertising salespeople. I hated it so much. I did in the summer. I quit, and I was single at the time. Still talking to my parents, but I did not tell my mom and dad, and I faked that I was still going and working there, and was actually like unemployed for probably a month or so until I ended up moving, because I just didn't have the heart to tell them that I quit, because I've never really quit anything, but I couldn't do it. So I lied to my parents for like a month that I didn't have a job.
It's that good old Iowa work ethic, right? That
Yeah.
you just wouldn't do something like that. That's
No, it was
funny.
embarrassing too. It was embarrassing, but you know what? Learned a lot of good lessons from that.
Yep. Some of those hard ones you do, that's for sure. So share with me then how long you've been in mortgage and kind of your story of what your first job was in mortgage and how you got in.
Yeah, so coming up on 20 years actually, believe it or not.
Good for you.
And started my career in Chicago. So after that little stint, I had another sales job that I hated, and they gave me a minivan, which was really cool when you're a single guy driving in Des Moines, Iowa. So I lasted that for about a year at least, but then called my friend that I played college football with and said, "Hey, I'm moving to Chicago. I got to get out of Iowa. I'm going to come work for you with you." He was working for Wells Fargo Financial. So I'm sure there's a bunch of mortgage people that started with Wells Fargo Financial way back when, and we were just doing small personal loans, and it actually, kind of rose up the ranks pretty quickly there, and we created what we call a red branch, was a real estate development branch in Chicago there, and ended up managing and supervising that, and did that for a number of years. And then in 2004, my wife and I got pregnant with twins. My boys are 17 years old now, so way back early 2000s, and moved back to Iowa, and that's when I got back in the community banking world and in mortgages, and then came over to Green State. Was University of Iowa Community Credit Union at the time, and was in mortgage lending and as a mortgage loan officer for a number of years. And then I've kind of worked my way up through the ranks here, and was a sales manager, and then took over our department, and now I'm actually on our executive team actually as of a couple months ago. So excited for that opportunity. But so been at Green State for coming up on 13 years.
That is fantastic. So you're one of those people who kind of made a choice to come into mortgage in the financial world. We don't find that a lot of times. Well, people make a choice, but they end up in mortgage in weird ways, I think, a lot of the time. If the one thing, when you started, this adventure, is there one thing that kind of resonates with you that you just like wish you would have known earlier on in your career, for those that are listening that are just getting into this space?
Yeah, a few things. Find a mentor, right? Don't try to do it on your own. I really thought when I was young, you had to prove something, and the great advice I got a long time ago was to copy somebody that's successful, right? Watch what they do, pick their brains, attach yourself to them, and really learn from them instead of trying to do it on your own and trying to be the macho or I can figure this out on my own. I've done it my whole life as far as figuring out how to be successful. So that's what I would is don't take yourself so seriously. You don't have it all figured out, especially when you're younger. Find somebody, find a mentor, and learn from them. I wish I would have done that a lot sooner.
Yeah, take control of your own career. I think that's fantastic advice. If you weren't in mortgage, what would we find you doing?
Simple. I'd be helping coach the Iowa Hawkeyes football. So,
You would?
oh yeah, yep. I sort of run. Our mortgage department is fairly large now. We're about 150 people. We're a credit union, right? But we try to operate like an independent mortgage bank within a credit union. But we're soon going to double here this year after we have a major acquisition mid-year here. We're going to have about 300 people and hopefully become about 5 billion in loan volume. But I try to run it sort of like a football team and with the coach and the teamwork and whatnot. So if I was not in there, I would be on the sidelines with my beloved Iowa Hawkeyes. That one's simple for me.
Fantastic. So, last question. You're in Iowa. Favorite thing to do when you're not working in Iowa?
Oh, wow. Love to travel, my family, and we go every year to tropical destinations because, Iowa is
It's cold.
so tropical, right? So we
Not
try
right
to find
now.
somewhere. No, it's fun. It's a great state, right? A lot of nice people, good cost of living, and all that. But if you need adventure, you got to go places. So love to travel. Love to go to sporting events. Really enjoy watching my kids play sports. I like to live through them. Love to golf as much as I can, especially in the summertime, but love to travel and see new places and meet new people. That's why I love coming to sorry, a quick plug for you guys, but I love coming to TMC conferences because I love to connect with people across the country. It's fun, right? And then they get to learn a little bit about me. And you get all the stereotypes as Iowa, it's just a bunch of cornfields, and it's really not. But also too, right? I have stereotypes of people on the East Coast and West Coast, but then you meet them and you get to really know people. That's what I love to do, is just connecting with people that are different than you and live in different places.
Yeah. I'm from Iowa too, for those listening to this that didn't know. So I'm one of those Iowa cornfield girls as well. Although my
That's why I like
mom's
you, Faith. That's why I like you.
Well, I hope there's more than that. But
Yeah, there is. There is.
yeah. Well, that was all we had, Ryan. It has been so great talking with you and seeing you in this new year. We, of course, want all the success in 2022 for you that you want and are here to help you. And thank you for just being such a great part of our TMC family. You and your team are very appreciated from here.
Well, we love you guys. You guys have been big. It's only been a few years we've been with you, but so many benefits, both in the vendor space and with being able to connect with others. It has been easy investment to us and has helped us get better. And we got a lot of great things coming up at Green State here this year with expansion, and it's been a help to be able to reach out to people in the network. So thank you for everything you guys do.
Oh, well, that is always good to hear. We appreciate it and hope to talk with you soon.
All right.